Okay. Outlook emails blocked. All right, let's see here. I'm gonna take a little sip of my tea. I put some little honey in it so that way my throat doesn't get dry from talking so much. You know, because it's the winter time and we've got central air conditioning which blows hot air onto my face, which dries me out. Man, delicious tea. Delicious mint tea with honey. It's delicious. All right. Outlook emails blocked, and it's from. I'm going to say. I'm going to try to say your name properly. I'm sorry if I don't. It's from Sinethemba Sinethemba Dlamini. Dlamini. Thank you very much for submitting this ticket. Again, I apologize if I mispronounced your name. I'm going to assign a ticket to myself, and it says email blocked due to size. Ah. So sometimes you get these messages, and there's a limit of how big of an email can be before you send it. And that is due to just the way that systems are set up. Okay, let's try this. Here we go. There's simply a limit inherently built in into the Outlook in this case, or any on any email client, email server. It's server. It's mainly server that limits. In this case, the Exchange server, email Exchange server limits the size of the attachments you can send, and that's usually what happens is you try to send an attachment because there's no way you can send an email that's a text. I mean, it would have to be incredibly big email. It would have to be tons of thousands of pages long if it's just text. But if you try to send an email with a high or a big attachment, it's going to give you an error because simply there's a limit. Email Exchange server cannot handle this. It cannot process large amounts of data. Exchange server, email server that handles all the emails, is designed to handle up to a certain limit of processing. So we've got thousands of people connected to one Exchange server trying to send emails all the time. Imagine a company with 1,000 people, and all of these people are constantly sending emails back and forth, back and forth. Each time you send an email, the server has to process it, and then the next email, if it's coming through, it waits in queue, and then it processes that one, and then that one, that one. So if you got, 10 people waiting on a large email, meaning an email that has a large attachment, and then it has to wait for that to process, that's not acceptable. As simple as that. So let's attach something. Oops, I accidentally clicked on delete. Junk email. What the heck? Okay, inbox. Whatever, let's just do it here. So when I select an attachment here we go, attachment. I'm going to browse the computer. Let's try something big. First of all, chances are, see, this is an executable which is 248 megabytes big. It's WebEx, and it's not going to like it because it's an executable. So if you're trying to send executable within a business, it's going to get blocked because it's an executable, and viruses also use an executables, which for those reasons email is going to be blocked to begin with. But here we are dealing with a large file. In this case, we're getting a message right away to send your file, remove large inline images or attachments from the message thread, or try using OneDrive. So here's basically the error, what it looks like now. It's going to look different in different email systems. Like if you go to Gmail and try to say, it's just going to say it's too large. Here it's telling you it's too large, remove it, or just upload it and share it as OneDrive. And this is why these things like OneDrive and G drives or any shared network drives were created for these reasons. So you can share these large files like that. Even Teams, Microsoft Teams is created for that as well. You can send probably a lot larger files through Teams, or for example Slack, or for example any other instant messenger type of system. But even that has a limit. Here it's probably limit is probably, I want to say 32 megabytes or something like that. I don't know. Let's try to attach something smaller. I don't know what the exact limit here is, because it's not something that is my issue. Here is Zoom installer, 16 megabytes. Yeah. See, it already knows that this is a large file, which is very unusual, 16 megabytes, and it's asking, are you sure? And then you say attach as a copy. So it's going to let me attach Zoom because it's only 16 megabytes. Again, you don't want to send any, oh, look like it doesn't want to do it. Look at this. Oh, it's blocked. Well, it's that thing I told you about. You see how it's like, it doesn't let you click on it because it knows it's an executable. That's what that icon is right here. It knows it's an executable and it blocked it right away. So you see, I'm double clicking, and it won't let me. It won't let me do it because it's blocked, because it's an executable because of viruses and such. I hope that explains that. The way to adjust that is probably not going to happen in any business environment for the reasons that I've mentioned already, because it takes a long time to process. Think of it this way. If I sent that 246 megabyte file to the Exchange server, it has to upload it, and then it has to process it, and then it has to store it. And that takes forever because you got thousands of people trying to use the same server. It's just not going to happen. I'm going to reply, and I'm going to say the reason why you can't send large files is related to email server not able to handle / process the requests. The requests. The reason why you can't send large files related to email server not able to handle or process the request. The files of that size. It would take up too much of processing power on the server level. This is by design and can't be changed as far as I know. Maybe in the code somewhere. It's just something I've never looked into because, there are better ways of sharing large files. Network drives, all those drives, all kinds of drives, guys. I mean, it's all there. Okay. Completed. Closed, completed. Moving on.